Hello, how are you today, sir?
Doing great.
Great, great. Can you please state your name for me?
Brant Sneed,
And where do you work, sir?
General Electric Lighting.
Alrighty, and how long have you been employed with GE?
3 years.
And what title or position do you hold here at GE?
North America Customer Service Leader.
Alrighty, alrighty. So now, what does leadership mean to you?
Leadership is setting people up for success, in my opinion. It's eliminating roadblocks. It's making sure people get trained properly. It's making sure that they feel valued, that they're coached when they do make mistakes. It all goes to making sure people are successful, because if they're successful in their roles, then the business will be successful. One of the biggest things that a leader can do is pick the right people to start with. Hiring the right people is the first starting point to any successful organization.
Well, good afternoon, young lady. How are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
Great, great. Please state your name.
Jasmine Davis,
Alrighty. And where do you currently go to school?
North Carolina A&T State University.
Alright, whoop whoop. And where are you located right now and why?
I work for General Electric as a sales co-op as part of my undergraduate studies.
Alright, sounds good. When will you be finishing your degree?
Oh, I finished my degree in 1 year, so I graduate May 2016.
Alright, you ready for that day?
I am.
Alrighty. What does leadership mean to you?
Leadership to me means taking the necessary steps to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the people around you, and just taking those steps to plan and make sure that your team is successful, and that you're just taking the steps to be efficient and effective when working with others.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your name for me.
Tammy Justice.
Alrighty. And Tammy, where do you work?
I work at GE Lighting.
And how long have you been with GE?
It will be 27 years on the 27th of this month.
Awesome. All right. 27 on 27.
Right.
And what title and position do you hold here at GE?
My title is Process Improvement Specialist Coordinator.
All right. What does leadership mean to you?
Leadership to me means having the trust and ability to influence a group of people.
State your name for me.
Madison McCallum.
And how old are you, Maddie?
14 years of age.
And what school are you in now?
Tomahawk Creek, going into Midlothian High School.
Whoop, whoop. All right, sounds good. So, Maddie, what does leadership mean to you?
Leadership means being an inspiration to others so that they want to follow in your footsteps.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good.
What's your name?
Jeremiah Wilson.
And how old are you?
I'm 9 years old.
And what school do you go to?
Go to Evergreen Elementary.
Head into what grade this year?
5th.
Aw, shucks now. So Jeremiah, what exactly does leadership mean to you?
So leadership means taking control, but not all the way, having some responsibility, guiding others to the right direction, and not fully taking control, but letting others do what they want, but not all the time. So that's what leadership means to me.
Well, hello. Please state your name for me, young lady.
Jennifer Lewis,
And hi, Jennifer. Where do you work?
GE Lighting.
And how long have you been at GE Lighting?
4 years.
4 years. And what do you currently do here at GE Lighting?
I'm a cross-reference specialist.
Jim, what does leadership mean to you?
Leadership is when someone is able to motivate their employees. They build a rapport with their employees, and it doesn't come as being bossy. They're able to naturally motivate someone. I don't believe everyone has the ability to be a leader. I think some people are just bosses.
What impact does leadership, or the lack thereof, have on organizational performance?
It has a huge impact. An effective leader has a vision. Effective leader is ensuring there's proper communication, whether there be obstacles or challenges. They continue to make sure the team is working effectively towards those goals, and Lack of that can create chaos, people being less productive, can lead to frustration, can lead to the organization not hitting its goals, and also not retaining talent.
Is communication important in sustaining and maintaining organizational effectiveness?
Communication? Oh, absolutely. Whether it's verbal or written, or actually both, they're probably more effective.
All right, so Caroline, is that an important issue in leadership?
Trust, yes.
Why would that be important?
Because if you're a leader, then people have to kind of trust that you can make the right decisions, so that way you can be a good role model.
So what impact does leadership, or the lack thereof, have on organizational performance?
I think leadership is a huge motivator for people that you're working with. So when you feel motivated and you feel like you're being led in an efficient and effective manner, I think you work harder to achieve your goals. You're more conscious of the way that your work impacts others if you're working with a team, and you're more motivated to get things done the proper way and in a timely manner.
Do you think trust is an important factor in leadership?
Yes,
Are you a leader?
I think.
So do you think, should you know whether or not you're a leader?
I don't know.
Do you think leadership is different for girls versus boys?
No, ma'am.
Why would that be?
Because anyone can be a leader. You don't have to be a certain gender. You just have to have qualities.
So Jeremiah, do you think leadership is different for girls and boys?
No. Leadership can go either way. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. Yeah. Leadership is just a two-way path.
Is vision or trust an important issue in leadership?
Oh, extremely important. I feel like that if we don't know what the vision is for the company, we're kind of working in vain. We're just making the motions. Everybody wants to feel like they're part of something and they're building something and they're accomplishing something. And if there's a vision and we can figure out how to get there in the most efficient way, then yeah, we all feel like a team and we've won some sort of championship or game or something.
Do you believe that there are gender differences in the practice of leadership?
I don't think that there have to be, but I think that society makes it that way. And then once you're under the leadership, I think it becomes transparent with a good leader.
Do you believe that empowered employees are happy and a little more productive?
Definitely. I think when you feel empowered, you feel supported. When you're working under somebody or you report to somebody and you feel empowered, you're more likely to have a better outlook on what you're doing, and you kind of identify more with what you're asked to do or what the organizational goals are. So you're definitely more productive and more motivated and encouraged to work harder and really get good results.
So Jeremiah, what is a good example of leadership in your school?
Leadership in my school. Leadership in your school is about if you have projects, like you help the person out. If you have activities that involve partners, you help each other out. So yeah.
Are empowered employees happy and productive employees?
Yes. I think if you empower an employee, it means that you trust their actions and their decisions, which in turn will make them a happier employee.
Would you say that communication is important in sustaining and maintaining organizational effectiveness?
Definitely. I think communication is key. Anytime you're trying to accomplish something, it's definitely important to communicate, whether it's written, nonverbal, verbally. I think it's important to make sure that your ideas are clearly communicated and everything is transparent across the board. So communication is definitely, I think, one of the key components to working with others and being a good leader.
Is vision or trust an important issue of leadership?
Vision and trust are both important in leadership. Vision, the leader has to have a vision in order to direct his or her employees or group. And trust, I think trust, and actually I mentioned it in one of my other answers, if the leader is not trusted, and it's all part of respect, I think, trust and respect, in order to get his followers or her followers to go along. They have to be able to trust their leader.
So Maddie, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a pediatrician or a dermatologist.
All right, cool. Do you think leadership will be important in those roles?
Yes, ma'am.
Why is that?
Because in order to be a pediatrician, I need to be a role model for my clients and for even my coworkers.
So Carolyn, what do you want to be when you grow up? What's your aspirations?
I'm working to be a photographer and a rugby player.
All right. So do you think leadership will be important in those roles?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, for a rugby player, it would be important because being on a team, kind of being a leader on the team would be important because you can be like a role model.
And whatever your decision is, whatever you decide to do you think leadership is important?
Yeah, I think everything should involve leadership and trust.
All right. So what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Rugby player.
A rugby player? Do you think leadership is important in a role as a rugby player?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because if you're the captain, then you're the person that's making all the plays and leadership.
Leadership. Leadership!
I'm a leader. Are you?